Morning. Yeah, I was on a cruise for a week, but I'm back now and time to get back at it. No better place to start than right here. Before I went on vacation, somebody said, show a clip of Charlie Kirk being racist. One time he was racist. Now, keep in mind, I have literally done dozens of clips showing Charlie Kirk's racism, but I did a reply to that person and I said, would it matter? If I showed you 10 minutes of him being racist, which I could easily do and have, once again, in the past, I've done videos showing his racism, would it matter? Because you don't think what he says is racist. So therefore, you're never going to see him as being racist. And this is one of many people I'm going to be replying to that are kind of saying the same thing. You won't show any clips because there isn't any. Let's pause right there. There aren't any. Hell, I'd even accept there ain't any. But there isn't any? Aren't you the learn English people? Assimilate people? Anyway, you won't show any clips because there isn't any. The only one that's ever brought up is the pilot DEI thing, which isn't even racist. No, that's the one that's brought up the most often. Like I said, I've shown dozens of clips of him being racist. And yes, the DEI pilot thing is racism. Here's the deal. When you start from a position, and there are going to be a few videos that I do today that touch on this. When you start from a position of you must be less qualified because you're black, that's racism. There's no other way of describing it. When your default position is, well, you're a different color, so therefore you must be less qualified. You must have a lesser skill set. You must not have as much experience. When you start from a standpoint of black people are not as qualified as white people without knowing anything else about anybody else, because at the end of the day, that's really what it boils down to. If you're talking about the pilot thing and you're talking about what Charlie Kirk said, and you're saying, if I see a black pilot and a white pilot, I'm going to assume that the black pilot got his job because he's black, because there's a DEI program in place, then therefore I'm going to question his qualifications. That's a standpoint of racism. Because you're assuming that there are airlines out there that are allowing unqualified people to fly planes because they're black. And that is just simply not the case. Your entire basis of the conversation is racist because your default system is black person equals less qualified. That's racism. And it's why DEI programs exist.